NBC News has now learned that we may get an official announcement within the next little bit here that the Democratic National Committee plans to recommend rejecting plans for virtual caucuses in Iowa and Nevada. Why? Because of security concerns. Let me bring in now from Des Moines, NBC News 2020 campaign embed, Maura Barrett. Our road warrior, Garrett Haake, is also following the candidates out on the campaign trail in South Carolina today. Maura, let me start with you and the reporting that you broke for NBC News just hours ago. What else are we learning about this decision now coming down from the DNC?
Sure. Good morning, Hallie. So myself and our colleagues Vaughn Hilliard and Priscilla Thompson made calls overnight, and we learned that basically the DNC is not comfortable with the security of the technology that the Iowa Democratic Party would be using for a potential virtual caucus. Basically, the party is really concerned about security and the potential of a hack during a teleconference system like the virtual caucus, especially after what we saw in 2016. After the incident in 2016 where the DNC was hacked, the DNC recommended and put into motion changes so that states that do caucuses have to offer voters an absentee option for those who can't show up in person. Because remember, the caucus in Iowa happens on a Monday night in February. It's cold. There's snowstorms. People aren't safe on the roads. But also, not everyone has the luxury to spend 3+ hours in a high school gym or church where these caucuses are held. People have night shifts at work. They have childcare issues. So not everyone has the time or ability to participate in Iowa's democratic process. So they were encouraged to offer an absentee ballot option. So this news overnight last night is definitely a shakeup. No one really knows what will happen from here, whether or not it will affect this February's caucus up in 2020. We've spoken to folks familiar with the conversation, and we will get guidance from the DNC at some point this morning. And we expect them to recommend to reject the Iowa Democratic Party's virtual caucus plan for this February.
Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Why don't you subscribe? It's really easy. Just click on that button down there. And for more news from MSNBC, click on any of these videos here for the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more videos from MSNBC with our newsletters. Head over to msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up.